What is up, everybody? It's AvatarYaya TV HD, whatever you like to call it. And I'm not feeling too good today, but I'm gonna break it down about the future of Pokken tournament, Wii-U. And D1 talked about it, how wireless interference may come into play. So just before I even get that far, I just want to strictly say that Pokken tournament has been announced to have a specific controller called the Hori stick or the Hori pad, where it works with the game pad and with the Wii U. I'm sorry. However, what's going to happen is that one of the players is locked to the game pad and another player is locked to the Hori stick or maybe the classic controller or something of that nature. There's millions of issues for this. At this point, that has ruined, the chances of having Pokken in a tournament setting, unless the developers decide to make more Hori arcade Pokken tournament cabinets. Because at this point, Pokken tournament offline and the offline scene will be really horrendous. Like D1 said, and I know multiple places already, like in Chicago, like Hardwater Bar and Grill, they talk about, when we hooking up the game pads, we got to try to remember which system it's hooked up to. Everybody has their preferred controller. Pokken, however, is limiting people to play with whatever controller they want. Why not just give us the ability to use the GameCube adapters and let the player who has the gamepad just use that as their screen and the other one play on the TV, instead of having to do a lot more different things just to get a match started. It seems like in my head right now that Pokken tournament, having a match in a venue or a tournament, the only time you may see Pokken tournament is the Pokemon Championships. And that's really good for the Pokemon community, but not good for, people that want Pokemon and to be in fighting game communities and stuff. It's really hard to deal with that. I'm okay with the fact that one person has a screen. Nobody wants to use split screen. I don't see why they couldn't just use the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm type of layout. But pretty much point blank, what I'm trying to say is that Nintendo, there has to be a way to just hey, player one, gamepad, this is your screen. Be like, just blink on the screen, player one, look down here, use the controller. If you have a controller connected before the game starts up or something like that, there should be a possibility to where you can use multiple controllers, unless the Hori fight stick or controller pad, whatever, has to use 2 USB slots like the GameCube adapter. But still, there's 2 more in the back. You have a total of 4 in the whole console. So there's no way to say you shouldn't be able to use a GameCube controller. And the buttons that are on the Hori controller are like a 3DS, connect 3DS online, 3DS. It's just like the gamepad. Why not be able to add 2 gamepads? I know there's probably some software issues at this point. The game is really much going to be played as a single player game, or online only. It's going to be one of those games where you're going to have a hard time trying to play with friends because Nintendo doesn't want to support the controllers. If you let people use GameCube controllers, it's 2 people at a time. Just say, hey, player 1, this is your screen. Player 2, this is your screen. And then give a countdown for the match start. Look at your screens. Bam, get into the match. I just don't see how that's really going to hurt or be difficult to implement. There have been games like that in the past, like Splatoon. Understandable. You can use the gamepad. One person uses the gamepad and one person uses the TV. But however, Splatoon only, let me check, I have the case right in front of me. Splatoon has the ability to use Wii Remote, Wii Nunchuck, and Classic Controller, Pro Controller, and Gamepad. No GameCube support. So I don't really see Why can't we just use the GameCube controller? I understand if it's a newer game, you know, you don't want people to use GameCube controllers, but people bought GameCube adapters for that simple thing. Why not just keep making money off of the thing, you know, that's really helping y'all grow in the long run? So I have a petition. If you want to sign it, check it out. It's in the chat below. I mean, it's better to try than fail, you know, than not try at all. I learned that over a couple months. So comment, subscribe. AvatarYaya HD is out, and I'm done.